Hi, welcome to your second slow flow practice. My name is Kathleen. If you haven't practiced with me before, you might have already done the first slow flow practice. So it is still kind of classified as Vinyasa. We've got the sun salutations, we're linking the breath and the movement, just dropping it back a couple of levels just so we can move really mindfully, move slowly and feel every transition, get all the alignment cues correct in the body. So we're shifting and transitioning really safely within the poses. It's quite gentle, really great for beginners if you're still learning your way through a yoga practice. And if you know practice, this is just a really nice wind down in the evening, cool down if you've just had a really strong session in the gym or after sport, just cooling the muscles down and settling into the breath, soothing the nervous system. So up to you how you like to use this. Enjoy either way. We'll begin in child's pose. So just coming towards the back of the mat, we set up into Balasana. So a really beautiful retro introspective posture here. We reach the arms overhead, rest the elbows down and then soften the forehead to the earth. And we just spend a few quiet moments here, just softening the body, checking in with how we feel. You can take the knees as wide as you wish. See if you can allow the muscles just to slide from the bones and then feel the weight of the bones dropping down towards the earth. Beginning to unlock and unbrace. Sometimes all it can take is a few slow breaths just to start really dropping in, landing into the body and into this moment. Notice any areas in the body that are still carrying tension, if there's injuries, if there's anywhere that needs a little more space or nurturing. Sometimes it helps just to close down the eyes so you can tune into the world within you. Just taking these next few moments to move in a way that serves. Remembering that we should rest when we're tired. There's always lots of opportunity to modify and adjust any part of this flow. So just take your time. We'll build strength safely. Gradually opening up the body. Take a huge breath in together. Nice big breath out. I'm going to bring some gentle awakening movements into the body. I'm going to pick the head up, drop the body weight over towards the right knee, and then you're going to push up off that right knee, circling the chest across the right hand and then the left hand. We're going to push out through the left rib cage and exhale across the bottom half of the circle. So we inhale up right hand side. Exhale as we press down left hand side across the bottom of the circle. So just smoothing this out. No rushing, no pushing. Just feeling as we roll around the wrists, the shoulders, the back of the hips. Just enjoying and inviting gentle movement into the body. Just starting to link the breath with every transition. So usually as we inhale, we're lifting, we're rising, we're reaching and expanding. As we exhale, we're usually dropping down, grounding, lowering, or sinking into the body. So inhale up, exhale out, land back into the center line, back into child's pose, and then start to reverse those circles. Now we don't need to get lost in thought trying to master this or perfect it. Just move really organically, really intuitively. Allow the breath to guide you in and out. And again, closing down the eyes if that helps you to tune in, to feel more deeply. Feel free to go a little rogue if you like. Sometimes it's nice to lift the head, roll the neck. Even dropping into the hips if you like, opening the heart up. Because I'll guide you through, I'll offer to take you through poses and motions and movements, but just make it your very own. Feel free to play at any time. Let's take one more. Exhale, circle all the way back to child's pose, realigning the spine, and then we're going to slide the hands in towards the thighs. Just lifting the shoulders up as we bring the head over the heart and then loop the shoulders back and down. So for anyone with injuries around the knees, if this feels too intense to be kneeling like this, grab a prop, grab your bolster, grab your block, lift the hips up, place the block underneath you, take a bit of pressure out of the joints. So we're going to be here just for a few more moments. I'm going to link the fingers. Take them right over the chest. A huge big breath in to inflate the lungs. As you exhale, we're going to press the hands forward, tuck the chin in and open the upper back. On the next inhale, reach the fingertips up overhead. As you exhale, round in, tuck the tailbone, draw the belly button to the spine. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, curl in. So very similar to cat and cow curl. We open the front body. I like to lift the gaze a little. As you exhale, round in, spread between the collarbones. Just one more. This time as you rise up, reach really tall. Release the fingers. Rain the hands all the way back down beside you. And then we're going to let the hands land wider than the mat. So I'm going to face you so you can see this really clearly. We take the hands so the fingers point outwards, let them land beside you. And then we're going to bend one elbow as we drop the hips to one side. And then start to shift the body weight from right to left. Rolling over top of the shins, over top of the ankles, dropping one shoulder at a time. So now just deepening sensation, going a little bit further into the body, stretching the outer hips, nice and warming for the shoulders across the chest. And this movement can stay really continuous if you like. If you find a little place in the body that maybe catches or feels a little sticky, just pause. Offer a little more time and attention until those places that are catching just begin to soften and dissolve. So for me, outer hips are super tight. Got a little bit of a right shoulder injury, so just ease into it. Take your time to feel and notice what's going on in your body. Good. Landing center. We're going to lift up off the heels, walk the hands forward. So we want to spread the fingers wide, planting the palms down. We tuck all 10 toes under. Lift the knees, come into plank position, and then pressing the earth away into our very first downward facing dog. Feet are at hip distance. We're softening the heart down. We're going to wake up the feet now. Come right up onto the tippy toes. Big breath in. Dropping the heels down. Exhale. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, soften the knees. Sink the heels down. One more. Good. Landing here. Maybe pedaling out 1 foot at a time. So there's no success in yoga by dropping heels to the earth.
anatomically, I don't actually think my body has ever done that. So there's no goal for that. There's no prize for heels to touch the earth. Just feel that beautiful stretch through the back of the legs, lengthening through the sides of the body. We want to start to build stability and endurance here. Opening across the chest, soft through the back of the neck. Holding while still breathing nice and smooth. Let's take a huge inhale. Clear the breath out. Bring the gaze forward. Little baby steps walks us to the top of the mat. So come right up onto the tippy toes, get lots of space underneath you. Feet landing underneath the hips. Hands push onto the shins. Halfway lifting here. Soften the knees, draw the shoulders back, lengthen through the spine. As you exhale, wrap hands to calves. Bow the head forward. Soften everything over. Take 2 more like that. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. 1 more. Exhale, let the head drop really heavy. Maybe a little nod, a little shake. Loosening the whole spine. Allowing the crown of the head to melt down towards the earth. Now we're going to release both hands to the earth. Left hand is going to stay where it is. Bend the left leg deeply. Straighten the right leg. We're going to inhale. Turn the torso and reach the right arm to the sky. Take a huge breath here. Lift the gaze up. As you exhale, gaze down, right hand lands. We're going to change sides. Bend the right knee, straighten the left leg. Inhale, sweep the left arm high. Just holding here, another big breath. As you exhale, gaze down, left hand follows. Bend into both knees. Tucking the chin, we slowly begin to roll up to standing. Just take your time. Again, rolling the shoulders up and back, letting the head re-land over the heart. We come into Tadasana, the very top of the mat, mountain pose. So we're not merely standing here, sinking into the joints, undoing the strength around the core. We're plugging the feet down. And then we want to draw energy back into the body. So we lift the thighs up, we lift pelvic floor. Belly draws in. So we're standing tall. Back body strong. Front body is really light and buoyant. So turn the hands forward. We're going to inhale, reach arms up overhead. We're going to grab a hold of the left wrist with the right hand. Get a little taller and then exhale over right hand side. Side body stretch. Inhale back through center, change sides. Exhale, bending over to left hand side. Realign here. Brace the belly, bring palms to touch. As you exhale, hinge from the hips. We're following the breath out the whole way down. Again, halfway lift, 1 breath. Hands land, step back to high push-up position. Strong power pose here. If you like, take the knees to the earth. Point the toes back. We inhale, shift forward. As we exhale, bend the elbows, lower the body down. We're going to roll the shoulders back. This is baby cobra, lifting, opening through the chest. As you exhale, come down. Push the body from the mat. Use the knees to tuck the toes under and then lift to downward facing dog. Huge breath in. Nice big breath out. Stepping or floating to the top of the mat, maybe you're walking. Halfway lift at the very top. Exhale, fold down. Push through the feet. Circle all the way up and over. Grabbing the left wrist, exhale, bending to right hand side. Inhale up. Exhale over towards the left. Inhale, realigning here. Exhale, follow your breath out the whole way down. Halfway lift. Step back to plank position. Holding here or knees to the earth, take a breath. Bend the elbows, they slide past the ribs to lower down. Roll the shoulders back, lift the heart up, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, come down, push onto the knees, lift them up, downward dog. Let's take one more round through. Big breath together. Nice big breath out. Step or float to the top of the mat. Halfway lift. Folding. Inhale, rising. Grab left wrist, grow a little taller, bend over right hand side. Inhale up. Exhale to the left. Realign. Forward fold. Sun salutations. Halfway lift. Back into plank position or knees down onto the earth. Take a breath. Lower with control. Huge inhale, spread the collarbones. Exhale, come down, press back, downward facing dog. Holding here. Get really strong in your base again. Lighten up into the spine, soften the heart down. Take a huge breath. Nice big breath out. We're going to look forward, step the right foot through. Remembering if it doesn't come all the way through, grab the ankle, place the foot down. We're going to drop the back heel. So 45-degree angle, just roughly with that back foot. We want to push the pinky toe down. So this is warrior one legs. We're going to walk the hands up onto the knee. So we want to draw the knee over the ankle, strong through that back leg. Bracing through the belly, we're going to sweep the arms all the way up, warrior one. So we're going to add on a little upper body flow here. Back leg strong, gently turning the body forward, we feel with breath. As we exhale, bend the elbows, big cactus arms. Inhale, sweep the arms forward, tuck the chin onto the chest. And then we're going to draw the hands back to heart center. Try that again. Inhale up. Exhale, bend in. Sweeping forward. Hands to heart. Again, one more time. Inhale. Cactus arms, exhale. Sweeping. Hands to heart. Inhale one more time, last breath here. Hands come down, right foot steps back to plank. We're coming through to downward facing dog. One breath here. One breath out. Left foot steps through. Warrior one leg, sink the back heel down. So just take a moment to organize the lower body. Hands can move up onto that front thigh. Push back pinky toe down. Gently roll the right hip forward. Once we're strong through our base, we can flow through upper body. Inhale. Shoulder blades slide down your back. Let's find that little upper body flow now. Inhale. Cactus arms. Sweep the arms forward. Hands to heart center. Stand tall. Two more through. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, reaching. Hands to heart. One more time, strong through lower body. Sweeping. Hands to heart center, stand tall, one more breath. Hands come down to the earth, pop up onto the back heel, step left foot to plank. Downward facing dog. Pedal it out. A little bit of lactic acid in the legs, really long hold through warrior one stance. We're going to move into another lunges here. Reopening through hips and lower body. We're going to lift the right heel high. So this is three-legged dog. Lead with the heel, squeeze through that right glute, and then bending the knee to step all the way through. Again, creep the toes up a little higher or grab the ankle if needed. We're softening the back knee to the earth. So when we're in a lunge position, we want to imagine each foot or each leg on either side of a train track. As soon as we lose that back leg behind the front, we can get quite wobbly, really quite unstable. So widen the base out a little bit here. Now for this low lunge, we're going to tuck the back toes under because we're going to transition and build into our lunges. We're going to sweep the arms up. Take a huge breath in. As you exhale, bring the hands forward. As they sweep past the body, start to lift the back knee. So we've moved into runner's lunge. We're reaching the fingertips back, the crown of the head forward. This time, arms drop down. We're going to bring the whole upper body into crescent lunge. Strong opening for the front of the left hip. Sinking right knee over ankle, fingertips reaching. One big breath. And then swiveling back heel to the earth, we open the arms, warrior two. Building a little bit of heat in the body as we reach across the chest. Sink into the strength of the legs, 2 more breaths. One more here. Hands come to the hips, turn on that right heel, straddle position. We're going to tip from the hips. Bring the fingertips down onto the mat. You can either step in, maybe you like to practice bending the knees here, taking a little jump to the center of the mat. So we're propped up on the toes. We're going to widen the knees with the upper arm bones, propping up onto fingertips. So this is a wide arm malasana. Huge big stretch for hamstrings and for the groin. From this position, bow the head down. Maybe tucking chin onto the chest again. See if you can lift the center of the spine right up to the sky. Kind of like a cat pose that we practice in warm-up. Arching the spine, spreading and broadening the skin across the back. Just one more breath here. Good. Bring the head up, the arms in so you can close the knees. We're going to swivel to the back of the mat and then allow the knees to land. So we're going to take low lunge, left hand side. Left foot steps through. Take the knee behind you, remembering to tuck the back toes. So just starting here, you can bring the hands up onto the front knee. You immediately feel into the big stretch through the front of the hip. And then we're going to build in our lunges. Arms sweep up, full of breath. As we exhale, bring them forward, lift the back knee up. Runner's lunge, open the chest, really strong hold here. And then as the arms float down, bring them all the way up and over, full crescent lunge. Lots of reach through the fingertips, but shoulders are soft. Legs are really strong and switched on here. One more breath. As we open to warrior two, back heel swivels down, arms fall open. Just slowing the breath. Pick up pelvic floor. Settle the shoulders over top of the hips. 2 more. Gazes straight down the front middle finger. 1 more. Straighten the left leg. Turn on the heel, hands to the hips. Little recovery in a straddle bend. Halfway lift here, big breath. Just holding here. Fingertips land underneath the shoulders. Taking 1 more breath. And then bowing over. Maybe walking the hands between the feet. Softening the crown of the head down. So we want to stand really strong in the feet. Stand strong in this nice wide foundation in the legs so the upper body can simply cascade forward. Three big breaths here. Hands walk underneath, shoulders lift the heart up. And then turning towards the top of the mat, swivel the whole body around. Square hips and shoulders. Right foot steps back into plank. And then we soften the knees to the mat. We're going to walk the hands in. Take the ankles a little wider. So we're going to come into hero's pose. We want the ankles wide enough that the bottom and the hips can land in between them. If you have your ankles and your heels right underneath you, it's going to inhibit you from leaning back. So create a little bit of space. Again, just like the front of the class, if this felt too intense for the joints, prop the hips up. Use your blocks and bolsters here. But lots of levels and layers into hero's pose. We can start walking the hands behind us. For many of us, this is a really strong, intense stretch for the thighs. And we feel perfect at this first level here, just opening through the front of the body. Just settle in, check on the knees, make sure the lower back is still comfortable. If you want to try a little deeper, come down onto the elbows. Just test out the waters. If it feels a little too deep, you can always come back out again. Just slowing the breath. And then again, if there's even more space in the body, if you want to lay down onto your back, once again, check on knees, check on lower back. No straining, no pulling, no sharp pain. We're just going to settle in wherever you've paused in those layers. Just slow the breath. 2 more together. Good, and then use your hands, use your elbows to lift you up and out. Moving mindfully. We bring the hands forward, come up off the feet. It feels really nice to tap out through the shins, the ankles and the toes, just getting the blood moving through the lower body. And then we sweep the shins to one side, take a seat on the mat, bringing the legs out in front of you. Supporting the body weight so we can roll down onto our back. Grab the thighs, engage the core round through the back, and then lay the whole body down onto the mat. We're going to bring the knees in. Feet to the ceiling, happy baby pose. You can either grab the inner arch of the feet or the outer blades of the feet. So just check what feels best in your body. You want a nice strong connection through the hands and the feet, drawing the knees down. We want to see if we can soften the tailbone back onto the earth. And then see if you can allow that upper arm bone to sink back into the shoulder socket. That'll help create a little more space around the neck and shoulders. It's a really nice counterbalancing stretch for hero's pose where we're arching the lower back. Now we're just bringing space back into the lower part of the spine. Good. Release the feet. Grab a hold of the ankles. Bring the soles of the feet to touch. Allow the feet to land nice and close to the bottom, the knees to fall open. Just spending a couple of moments in Supta Baddha Konasana or sleeping butterfly pose. You can even take the warmth of the hands over the belly. Just feeling into that gentle rise and fall of the breath. And we'll bring our hands to the outsides of the thighs, draw the knees together, hug them in towards the chest. Little rock from right to left, just massaging through the back of the sacrum. Maybe circles to spread that massage out a little further. Good. Add sensation, spread it to outer hips, down to the tailbone, up into the middle of the back. Good. We can release the feet down onto the earth. I always like to take a full body stretch, reaching arms and legs long before we settle into the relaxation part of our practice, Shavasana. We bring the arms down by our side. You can take the feet as wide as you like and reach the arms from the body. I even push the back of the head into the earth, just reposition, lay the shoulder blades down so they're really comfortable. A really nice time of practice to add an eye pillow or oils, a blanket even, so you can stay really warm. And just feel the whole body roll open, the muscles begin to release. Softening around the belly, across the chest, right up the neck into the jaw. All the tiny muscles around the mouth and the eyebrows that run up over the forehead, down the back of the scalp, can soften and melt down. Turn the palms up, offering ourselves to this moment and absorbing all the benefits of every posture we've just completed. Stay here, rest a while. Decompressing, realigning, rebalancing. Taking your time to rejoin the day or enter into a beautiful, restful sleep. I thank you for joining me and hope to see you again soon. Namaste.